When it comes to major announcements for what the future holds for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the biggest over the course of the last couple of days was the confirmation of Fantastic Four officially coming to the MCU in the next 3 years. And with that came the announcement of the director, Jon Watts, who was previously responsible for 2 Spider-Man films for the MCU and will be responsible for the 3rd outing. That's coming later next year. And due to some recent details that have been revealed, it looks like they probably teased that he was going to be directing Fantastic Four in Spider-Man Far From Home. When it comes to dropping Easter eggs for what is coming down the road, Marvel Studios does plenty of this throughout all of its films. Now sometimes it's a little bit more obvious and in your face, like the Secret Invasion, and sometimes it's a little bit more obscure, but years later we end up figuring out that yes, this was leading towards something. Which brings us all the way to the ending of Spider-Man Far From Home, where of course in that film, towards the end of the film in like the last minute and a half, we see Spider-Man swinging through New York, and this is something that's been covered before because he swings by a sign that says 1, we are so excited, 2, to show you, 3, what comes next, and where the 4 is a big question. Now, at the time, people took this as a Easter egg towards the Fantastic Four, and Marvel Studios teasing that Fantastic Four is next. Now, we just got the confirmation that Jon Watts, director of Spider-Man, is going to be doing Fantastic Four, and the confirmation that this is something that's been in the works for a while. So people once again go back to this and we start looking at some of the details and things that have been said, and even Kevin Feige, when he was directly asked about that after Spider-Man Far From Home during interviews, that this always adds speculation to the fuel, and whether it's correct or not, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but it's often there, and it often is correct. So I mean, was this intentional or not? I think it's going to be one of those things where they never really tell us, we just have to go by it. Coincidentally, does it work? Oh hell yeah, like this works. It's a coincidence, and a pretty huge coincidence if you really think about it. But at the same time, the more and more details we get about this process and how long he might have been in talks for and what was happening with Sony, Disney, and everything, which we're still kind of hearing some things come out after this announcement, it all sort of starts to make a lot more sense. Now, what happens next? I guess we just wait and see, but I think this is more or less a hint that, yeah, I think we knew what was going to happen, and this was our Easter egg.